conversations on what it's like doing business here in the Philippines against the backdrop of local inflation pressures and global policy uncertainties. We speak with Japanese multinational corporation Canon as the imaging and printing solutions company plans to grow more here in the Philippines. Anuj Aggarwal is the president and CEO of Canon Marketing Philippines, which ranks among the top 500 of the Philippines' top corporations. He joins us here in the studio. Good to have you with us, Anuj. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning, Kathy.
Yeah, so
nice
what's
to be here.
demand like for the business-to-business and business-to-consumer operations of Canon, because we're talking about printing and imaging solutions?
Yeah, demand is, we are expecting a continuous growth in the demand. So yeah, we had a setback during the pandemic period. As you know, most of the people went back home. So the B2B demand had a setback during that time. However, B2C demand really shot up during that period. So, but after the pandemic, we are seeing the demand coming back to the market, and we are experiencing a continuous growth over the last couple of years.
And what do you think is spurring that demand?
Yep, it's a pent-up demand, if I can say. So B2B, when in the pandemic, the offices were almost closed down. So now we are bringing people back to office. Even in our office, now we are working almost 4 days in office, 1 day from home. So I understand that most of the organizations are working like that. So when B2B demand has gone up pre-pandemic level, after this back to normal, I would say.
And is that growth stronger than the rest of the ASEAN region when you talk about Canon Marketing Group in Asia? I mean, where do we stack up? Because we're one of the fastest growing pre-pandemic. How do we compare now?
It won't be right for us to compare with other countries in Asia, especially because every country has its own unique characters. So, for example, Asia is a unique situation where few countries are developed countries and few countries which are developing countries, like India, Philippines. These are the developing countries. So the opportunity for growth is surely much higher in a country like India, Indonesia, Philippines, and whereas a developed country where Hong Kong, Singapore, the situation is different. So we are doing much better as compared to our peers in the Asia.
And in the midterm election year, I'm thinking that there's a lot of demand coming through for imaging and printing campaign paraphernalia, flyers, what have you, whatever goes on in an election process. Has that given a bump up to both the B2B and B2C business?
Yeah, election, it's a good thing for us as a direct benefit and indirect benefit. As you rightly said, indirectly, we do expect to gain because of a lot of election media, election pamphlet and brochures and all those things. But we are directly benefiting from the election also because we are working through our partners in printing the ballots. So last week only, the Commissioner of Election, COMELEC, made an announcement that where we were instrument in printing 68 million ballot for this midterm election. And Canon, they mentioned they use 4 machines of Canon in printing those ballots, in addition to one of our competitors.
So does that mean more hires perhaps this year, or maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, given the growth that you're seeing post-pandemic?
Yeah, we are expecting a reasonable growth this year, and in the last few years, we are growing every year.
So there will be more hires?
Sorry?
More Filipino hires?
For?
New jobs?
Yeah, jobs are like it. Obviously, when the business will grow, the jobs will grow. But at the same time, we are doing a lot of optimization and improvement in productivity. So it's not about the number of jobs, it's about the quality of jobs. So what we are focusing is in the improvement in the quality of jobs of the people and quality of life of the people.
All right, before we go, give us a timeline for the printing of the ballots.
The ballot printing is already finished as per the announcement made by the Commissioner of Election last week. So it's already done.
We're just going to wait for the process then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Anuj,
you.
really
Thank you.
appreciate the time.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Anuj Aggarwal of Canon Marketing Philippines joining us.